The Neurolinker is a computer device worn on the nape that connects the mind to a virtual world. Its computer interface can be seen as if it is part of a person's vision. While in the middle of class, Haru, a chubby and short student, gets mail in the Neurolinker. The message is from his bully, Araya, who demands that Haru give him food for lunch. At lunchtime, Haru meets the bullies on the rooftop with all the food they asked for. Araya reprimands Haru for not getting all the orders right. Haru retreats to the toilet to privately connect to the Neuralink's virtual world. The virtual world he enters looks like a fantasy with a town and the forest. Haru's avatar is a little pig, and he walks through the town full of people. He gets a glimpse of Kuro, whose butterfly-winged avatar is so beautiful that a crowd is circling her. Kuro looks in Haru's direction, leading Haru to fall off the stairs. Haru runs off, telling himself that someone like Kuro would never end up with a guy like him. He goes to play the game squash. Haru is in his element, bouncing a ball of light off the walls, catching it with a racket, and then repeating a process. Once Haru finishes, he gets a new high score. As he is about to start the game over, he is interrupted by his best friend, Chi, who wants Haru to return to reality. Haru does not listen, but is forced to link out to reality by the real Chi. Chi is worried about Haru after she saw him being bullied. She tells Haru that he should tell a teacher, but Haru sees it as pointless. Chi then suggests he tell her boyfriend, Thaku. However, Haru just gets more defensive. Haru is about to leave, but Chi first gives him a picnic basket full of food she made for him. Haru shoves the basket out of his face. Haru runs away. He hides at the library, feeling guilty as he remembers Chi crying. Haru goes to the virtual world to return to play squash. He is surprised to see his high score has already been beaten. It turns out that Kuro is watching Haru. Impressed with his high score, she invites Haru to lunch. The next day, Hara goes to the senior section of the school lounge. Kuro tells everyone that Haru was with her, surprising everyone. Kuro tells Haru that they should cable connect their Neurolink, surprising Haru since directly connecting is seen as a shared experience for couples. Through direct linking, Haru and Kuro can speak telepathically in private. Kuro sends Haru the app, Brain Birds. Suddenly, Arya and his group see Haru in the lounge. Kuro provokes Araya, leading Arya to punch Haru. Just before Araya's punch hits, Kuro telepathically tells Haru to shout Burst Link. At the moment of shouting, time seems to have stopped, with only Haru's and Kuro's avatars moving. Kuro explains that they are in the Accel world of the Burst Linker. It virtually accelerates their cognitive processes to the point at which time around then seems to stop. Now Haru has a chance to think about what he needs to do before he gets punched. However, Kuro advises Haru to let Araya's punch connect. Horror lets time flow normally again, and he gets punched by Araya. Haru knocks himself so hard that Kuro gets hit. Kuro is seemingly unconscious, but she assures Haru via telepathy that she is just acting to get all his bullies kicked out of the school. While about to go home, Haru remembers Kuro telling him not to remove his neural linker until the next day. At the same time, not to log on to the global net too. Haru then sees Chi waiting for him to go home together. As they walk, Haru is about to apologize to Chi for ruining her lunch made for him, but her boyfriend Thaku joins them on the walk before he can. The conversation turns to Chi bringing both of them lunch. Since Thaka knows that she made lunch for him, Haru believes that Chi told him about Araya and the other delinquents. Haru is so ashamed that Thaku knows about the bullies, that he storms off on his own. Once he goes home, Haru has a nightmare of encountering laughing delinquents, while Chi and Thaku pitying him. Haru wishes to fly free from his torment, and then wakes up. Stepping out of the apartment building, Haru is suddenly transported to a virtual war-torn world, with the words, New Challenger, Present. Horror looks at his reflection, and sees that his avatar has transformed into a silver robotic body. Suddenly, a biker with a skull helmet charges at him, excited to fight. Haru tries to run away from the biker named Ash, and trips. He is run over, and defeated immediately. The next day, Haru and Kuro talk by cable link again at lunchtime. Haru now realizes that Brain Burst is a fighting game. Kuro explains that the rules of Brain Burst are that burst linkers must duel each other to obtain burst points, which can be expended for acceleration powers. To demonstrate, both of them accelerate, slowing down the time around them. With the Brain Burst menu, Haru clicks on Kuro's avatar named Black Lotus, to challenge her to a duel. The intention is just for practice. Haru's pig avatar turns into his silver robot avatar. Their surroundings also change to a grassy field fighting stage. Kuro explains that robot was created in Haru's subconscious, as a result of his inferiority complex. Kuro further explains that each point in Brain Burst is the equivalent of how many times one can accelerate. Increasing points is achieved through winning. One gets 10 points by winning a fight, and loses 10 points by losing a fight. Once a fighter's points turn to 0, he loses brain burst and acceleration for life. Kuro offers Haru a return to normal life. Haru declines, since he wants to help Kuro for whatever reason she recruited him for. With Haru committed to brain burst, Kuro teaches him how to fight a game. After the lesson, they disconnect from cable linking. Suddenly, Chi approaches the two, and asks what exactly the relationship is. Kuro answers that she asked Haru out, but Haru rejected her. This shocks everyone in the lounge, including Haru. Haru and Kuro walk out of the school together. Haru asked why Kuro told everyone that he rejected her. Although Kuro teases Haru that she secretly liked what happened. The conversation goes to brain burst. Kuro tells Haru that the moment he leaves school, he will connect to the global net. She advises him to accelerate before anyone attacks, and to find the challenger, Ash, which he had previously met. With one step outside of the school, Haru was transported to the battlefield. Haru knows that his robot has weak attacks. He remembers the strategy Kuro taught him. Hearing Ash's bike before, he appears. With the sound of bike approaching, Haru attacks first, sending Ash off his bike. With most of Ash's abilities tied to his bike, Haru runs away, climbing to the top of a building before Ash can start up his bike. The strategy is to avoid Ash until time runs out. However, Ash's bike climbs the wall of the building, until he reaches the rooftop. With each hit, Ash shaves away at Haru's life bar. Haru begins to lose hope, until he sees Kuro watching the fight from a distance. He remembers Kuro's words about how strength is not just defined by winning. Haru gets up, refreshed to continue fighting. Haru avoids every hit, until he thinks of a way to stop the bike. At the last minute, Haru avoids being hit, and grabs the bike from behind, stopping the bike in its tracks. With Ash's bike useless, he gets off the bike to attack Haru. This makes it a close-range battle that Haru wins. In the real world, Kuro congratulates Haru for winning the battle. Kuro is about to ask Haru for drinks to celebrate, but they see Chi looking at them. Chi accuses Kuro of using Haru for a hidden agenda, and demands to know what she is planning. To the surprise of everyone, Kuro answers that Haru is her boyfriend, and they are about to go on a date. Kuro then drags Haru along with her and leaves, making Chi uneasy. Haru and Kuro talk at a coffee shop. Kuro explains that once one reaches level 7, he becomes a leader of a legion. Legion in Brain Burst means team. The Accel world has 6 major legions ruling over different zones. All of them are ruled by level 9 burst linkers known as the 6 Kings of Pure Color. There is a level 10, but no one has yet to attain it due to a harsh rule. To attain level 10, one must fight 5 level 9 linkers and win them all. If one loses even once, he will lose all his points, automatically banishing him from Brain Burst. 2 years ago, 7 people all reached level 9 around the same time, and instead of battling each other for level 10, they made a peace treaty and consolidated their realms. However, Kuro, also known as Black Lotus at that time, wanted to fight and risk it all. The other kings overruled her. When that happened, she beheaded the Red King. In the end, Kuro was unable to defeat the others. After the 30 minutes were up, Kuro linked out. She has been in hiding ever since, with an enormous bounty on her head. Kuro wanted to reach level 10, so that she can meet the game's creator, and learn the game's true purpose. She wants to know if the game is more than just fame and fortune. Kuro asks what Haru thinks. Haru answers that it is stupid to stop just before level 10, since surely reaching it is what the game is about. He will help Kuro attain level 10, and wants to reach it someday too. This makes Kuro hold Haru's hands and thank him. Kuro continues by saying she managed to remain in Brain Burst, not by winning fights, but by avoiding the global net. The only network she accessed for 2 years was the school's local network. 2 years ago, someone challenged Kuro to a fight using the school's network. In Brain Burst, one can use a dummy avatar to conceal one's identity. However, what Kuro used as a dummy avatar in school was the same as her default avatar. This means her attacker named Pyle has discovered who she is. Since then, Kuro has been worried she will one day be attacked in the real world by the mystery attacker. Kuro plans to find out the enemy's identity. She believes the most likely suspect is Chi, much to Haru's disbelief. Kuro's suspicion got further strengthened when she got upset that Haru was with her. She believes Chi's original plan was to recruit Haru to her side, only for Kuro to snatch him first. Haru wants to confirm it for himself, and plans to cable link with Chi to check on her neural link's memory. On the way to Chi's place, Haru meets up with Thaku. Haru asks him if he believes Chi can deceive anyone to get her way. Both of them do not believe so since the three of them are friends. At Chi's apartment, Haru asks Chi to cable link with him, making Chi blush. Chi's cable is so short, that their faces are so close to each other. While connected, Haru apologizes to Chi for being upset that she told Thaku about Araya. At the same time, he is looking at Chi's files for any evidence that she is Pyle. Chi tells Haru that she never told Thaku. Thaku only found out that she made her lunch because she told him she would, not because she told him about Araya. For a long time, Chi was worried for Haru, but suddenly, Haru has a girlfriend, and she solved all his problems in a day. Chi starts to cry since they have been distant as friends since they entered junior high. Haru promised that the three of them would remain friends, even after Chi and Thaku got together, but everything changed. Haru wants to keep the promise, but every time Haru was with them, he felt inferior. Chi assures Haru that this is not the case. She embraces Haru, saying they will always be friends. As Chi hugs him, Haru keeps searching her files. Haru is relieved to see no signs that Chi is Pyle. However, he realizes someone has hacked into Chi's neural link. Haru sees that there is a backdoor program, which means someone is hacking at Chi's files. Haru is about to erase the program, but realizes that the hacker must be watching. While the two are still hugging on the bed, Chi tells Haru that she will not interfere with him being with Kuro, as long as he stops acting like Kuro's servant. Haru disconnects the cable link, and is about to leave. Suddenly, Chi tries to make out with him, then Kuro undresses and join in. It turns out it was all a dream, with Haru waking up in a cold sweat. Haru walks to school, feeling ashamed of what he dreamed. He is so ashamed that Kuro appears beside him, and he is so shocked about it. Kuro apologizes for accusing Chi of being Pyle, and making Haru promise to cable link with Chi. Kuro gets off guard hearing Haru did cable link with Chi. Kuro digs for more details, and does not like knowing they did it in Chi's room with a short cable. She abandons Haru, and goes to school first. At school, Haru wonders why Kuro stormed off. Suddenly, he is being hounded by two school paper members. They want to interview Haru to confirm if he is Kuro's boyfriend. Haru mentions that Kuro stormed off when he mentioned Chi's name. The two school paper members make her realize that Kuro might be jealous. In the bathroom, Haru denies it to himself, thinking a girl like Kuro will never fall for him. While going home after school, Haru and Kuro talk in an awkward atmosphere. Kuro apologizes for what happened that morning, but Haru is in a bad mood, changing the topic to telling Kuro that he found out she is not Pyle. They talk via cable link for privacy. He informs her that someone is accessing Chi's Neuralinker, and that is why Pyle can appear on the school's local network. Haru says he didn't save proof since he didn't want to alert the hacker. The conversation takes a bad turn, as Haru tells Kuro that she is just pretending to like someone like him just to feel better about herself. Kuro tears up and slaps Haru. She abandons telepathic speech, and calls Haru an idiot out loud. Suddenly, a car crashes toward the two. The two immediately slow down time with acceleration. They investigate, and see that area is the driver. Kuro explains that level 9 players have an acceleration ability that no other players have, in exchange for 99% of their points. Kuro starts speaking about taking responsibility and protecting Haru, and Haru believes she is about to sacrifice herself. Kuro confesses that she is in love with Haru, and that she only realized how much when she got jealous of Chi. She tells Haru to be even stronger until even the Accel world knows how special he is. Kuro wipes away Haru's tears and kisses him. Kuro activates physical brain burst, making her move her real body despite how slow time is. She uses it to push Haru out of the car's way. Once time goes back to normal, Haru is saved, but Kuro gets hit, leaving her bleeding and unconscious. She is dragged to the emergency room, with Haru waiting outside. The nurse gives him Kuro's booklet, while Haru waits for the operation to finish. He sees that Kuro has a picture of him in the booklet, and Haru cries. Haru is so uneasy that he does not want to leave the hospital. Haru suddenly realized that if Kuro is still wearing her Neuralinker, then she is connected to the hospital net. Haru realizes Cairo is vulnerable to brain burst challengers. Haru stays on guard for any attacker. Haru sees that Thaku came to the hospital. At first, he is glad, but then, he realized he is Kuro's enemy, Pyle. At the same time, Haru and Thaku activate Burst Link. Haru challenges Thaku to a duel. Haru and Thaku duel, and their environment turns into an old rusted building. In his avatar form, Thaku is a big blue robot, confirming that he is indeed Pyle. Thaku is surprised that Haru is a Burst Linker. Haru realizes that Thaku installed the virus on Chi's Neuralinker to spy on her. Thaku monologues about how Chi made a wise choice by picking him as her boyfriend, since he is on top of the class, and a kendo master. Despite her pointing out that he only achieved his goals through acceleration, he thinks he is better than Haru in every way. He declares that now he will be him in a video game, but Thaku's power is overwhelming. Haru runs to the elevator to avoid Thaku's attacks. Upon going to the roof, Haru sees that there are many onlookers, people Thaku invited to see their match. Being outmatched in strength, Haru tries to overpower Thaku in speed. As he beats down Thaku, he tells him that Chi never cared if he was on top of the class, or kendo champion. Thaku unleashes projectile missiles, creating multiple damages to Haru. Haru stands up, however one of his legs shatters. Thaku tells Haru that sometimes when Chi and he are alone, he sees how sad Chi is. Thaku realized that it was because Chi was thinking of Haru. He wants to cut Haru off to free Chi and himself. Thaku uses his strongest move, causing Haru to go stories down the building. With Haru down to 1 damage left to be defeated, Thaku speaks with the onlookers about how strong he is. Haru has lost hope that he will win the battle. With the virtual stage being a copy of the real world, he finds that he is in the part of the hospital where Kuro is resting. He apologizes to Kuro's sleeping avatar, telling her he wants her to fly away with him. He hears Kuro's heartbeat, and remembers her words about how strength is not just about winning. Haru gets rejuvenated, wanting to fight until the end even if defeated. His determination activates his robot wings. Haru looks to the sky, and flies outward with awesome speed. The crowd is impressed with Haru's ability to fly. One onlooker declares that Haru is the first flying avatar in the Accel world. Thaku's rage rose upon seeing Haru flying as if he is being looked down on. Thaku fires his most powerful move, as Haru faces it head-on. Haru just barely dodges, dashing toward Thaku, and bringing him into the sky so fast that the clouds open the path. Thaku begs Haru not to drop him so he will not lose brain burst. Haru asks why, given what Thaku was about to do to Kuro. Thaku gives in, believing Haru is right. Thaku apologizes for everything, and lets himself fall, but Haru grabs his arm, not wanting him to fall. Haru tells Thaku that he has proven he can never beat him in the virtual world, while he cannot beat Thaku in the real world. Haru believes they are equal for it. He asks Thaku to join forces with him and Kuro. Thaku asks how Haru can trust him after betraying the only 2 friends he has. Haru says they should tell Chi everything, and start again as friends. Haru lands both of them gently on the ground. In the elevator, Kuro appears in front of the relived Haru. The 2 hugs, as Kuro reveals that the only voice she can hear while asleep was Haru protecting her. Kuro looks at Haru's wings, and says he is finally revealing who he truly is. Kuro apologizes to Pyle for avoiding a duel with him countless times. If he still wishes to fight her, Kuro says she will not hold back. She transforms her usual avatar to her Lotus body. Upon seeing Lotus, the whole crowd whispers of her return. Kuro asks Haru to fly her above. In the sky, Kuro introduces herself to the crowd as Black King, Black Lotus. She asks everyone to join her legion, Niga Nebulous, and help her end the other king's truce. In the real world, Haru enters Kuro's room at the hospital, bringing black flowers. Haru informs Kuro that Thaku has been punished by having most of his points taken away. Haru returns Kuro's student booklet to her. The embarrassed Kuro asks Haru if he opened it. With their bond closer than ever, Kuro believes Haru should start calling her by her first name. Haru wants to, but he does not know what it is. Kuro gladly reveals her first name to him. Meanwhile, Thaku's Pyle is in the Blue King's stronghold. 2 of the Blue King's lieutenants want Thaku to take them on at the same time. It is the condition to be forgiven for his backdoor program, and siding with Lotus. Thaku is not a match for them, and is barely hanging on. The Blue King stands up from his throne, and stops the fight. While Thaku does not ask for forgiveness, he requests the delay in his execution. The Blue King grants his request, and Thaku is free to go. In the real world, Haru is watching Chi run in track and field. Chi sees Haru, but is too angry to speak with him, and so ignores him. Haru visits Kuro at the hospital. On the rooftop, Haru reveals that he and Thaku told Chi everything about the Accel world and the backdoor program. Chi felt deceived, and is too angry with her 2 best friends to talk to them. Since Thaku is smart and sporty, Haru believes he can be a great fighter for Kuro's team. A day later, Thaku and Haru are doing a tag team match in Brain Burst. They win the fight, giving Haru the option to go up to level 2. Thaku tells Haru that he will help him go up to level 4 as a way to make up for what he did. Before they link out, Haru presses the button to go up to level 2. The level up took so many points from him that he is down to only 8 points. Thaku tries to stop him from pressing the level up button in the real world, but it's too late. Thaku volunteers half his points to Haru, but Haru rejects the option. Haru wants to be the kind of player Kuro is, who does not ask for points despite currently being low in points. While Thaku is about to leave Haru's apartment, he sees that Thaku still has their sleepers from childhood stored at the shoe rack. Suddenly, Chi messages Thaku. The 2 of them go to Chi's apartment, bringing all the flavors of India ice cream that Chi said they should bring. Chi wants to eat every flavor in one go, and it is only after she has eaten every flavor that she will forgive the boys. The conversation goes to brain burst, and the boys show Chi what it can do. Thaku asks Chi to hurl a book at him. No matter how many books Chi throws, Thaku is not getting hit due to his acceleration. Chi hits Haru because he is not ready. With the pressure now off, all three of them try out all the ice cream together. Thaku sees that one of the flavors is called Bouncer, making him realize that they need a bouncer for Haru and Brain Burst. While walking the street until they reach Thaku's contact, Thaku explains to Haru what a bouncer is. A bouncer is a bodyguard in Brain Burst, like a bouncer named Current L, whom they are meeting today, specializing in helping people with low points. He partners with his client and tag matches, until the client gets a safe number of points. Haru goes alone to the meeting spot Current requested. Upon seating at the agreed table, Haru finds a bag with a tablet in it, and types his robot name. Upon completion, the tablet takes a picture of Haru. Haru wonders if Current is near. While going to the bathroom, Haru accidentally pushes a woman with glasses out of her chair, touching her chest in the process. Haru grabs her bag to help her, and drops the contents. One of the contents is a tablet with Haru's picture on it, revealing that the lady is Current. Current wants to cable link with him, despite the whispers of the crowd. Current tells Haru that she will get him 50 points. They slow down time by accelerating. Current selects levels 3 and 4 players, to fight so that if they lose, Haru will not lose his points. Current considers that the two opponents, Sand Duct and Nickel Doll, have massive points, and so will be up for a head-on battle. They begin the battle, sending them into a swampy forest battleground. True to her name, Current's avatar is a human made of water. Suddenly, the opponents attack. After a bit of struggle, they finally defeat their opponents. Meanwhile, Kuro meets up with Taki at the hospital. Upon Thaku's arrival in her room, Kuro immediately shouts Burst Link. Kuro challenges Thaku in a brain-burnt duel, and Thaku was confused about why. As Kuro attacks, she can sense that Thaku is holding back. Kuro deduces that Thaku quits at Kendo because he wanted to lose everything he gained from Brain Burst as punishment for his wrongdoings. Kuro knows Thaku is prepared to help Haru reach higher levels, but he intends to uninstall Brain Burst after. However, Kuro tells Thaku if he does that, he would be trampling all over Chi and Haru's forgiveness. Thaku asks what he should do, unleashing his serious side in the fight. Kuro pins Thaku to the ground. She tells Thaku that he is trying to punish himself instead of owning up to his crimes. Thaku is so enraged and in denial that he gets up from being pinned. Despite his efforts, Thaku is defeated. Kuro tells Thaku to listen to Haru's wishes instead of punishing himself. Meanwhile, Haru and Current are back in the real world with Haru's points now back at 54. Haru wants to meet up with Current again, but Current says they won't be meeting again. Suddenly, Current challenges Haru to a duel. Current says she intends to strip Haru from all his points. However, Haru does not move, choosing to believe in Current. Current admits she lies, and will not do anything to Haru. Current tells Haru that she used to have a friend and a master she cared about, but they all split up. She advises Haru to take care of his friends and value of his master. She also tells Haru that it is too early for them to meet, and erases his memory of her. Haru wakes up to reality alone, wondering whose cable the one attached to him belongs to. As Haru walks to school the next morning, he meets up with Chi. They are both surprised as Thaku passes them by, wearing their school uniform and glasses. Inside the campus, Kuro sees Thaku, and wonders why he is wearing glasses at an age when neurolinkers have already eliminated their use. Thaku explains that he wants to see his friends and himself with his own eyes. Thaku asks Kuro how she knows so much about him. Kuro answers that she doesn't, but knows what it feels like to do, an act she cannot take back. As Kuro leaves, Haru and Chi appear to run toward Thaku, excited to see him attending their school. Kuro, Haru, and Thaku are having a team duel with opponents from another legion. Haru gets caught by an opponent, and gets shot in the head. Determined to get stronger, Haru builds an app that makes him practice dodging virtual bullets in his pig avatar form. The bullet hits his head so hard that he gets snapped back to the real world. Later, while walking home with Chi and Thaku, Haru complains that since he reached level 4, he has become stuck in a rut, since they haven't been able to grab territory for a long while. With the two boys always talking about Brain Burst, Chi finds their walks boring now. It turns out she just wants an excuse for the boys to treat her to ice cream for compensation. Haru goes home, and is surprised to find a girl greeting him. He thinks it is some kind of virtual illusion, and pinches the girl to make sure. He removes his neural link to be sure, finding the girl to be real. The girl tells him she is her cousin, Tomoko. Haru looks at his mail, and finds voicemail from his mother, telling him that she will be off somewhere else for a few days, so Haru needs to take care of his visiting cousin. Haru invites her to play a game, but Tomoko tells him that she is not fond of neural linkers. While Haru is in the bathroom, he wonders if Tomoko is really his cousin. He reviews family pictures from his neural linker, but he cannot find Tomoko in any of them. Suddenly, Tomoko goes into the bathroom with only her towel on. She innocently wants to bathe together, making Haru panic. Haru sees that Tomoko has tan lines on her neck, making him suspicious of Tomoko's claim that she does not use Neuralink. He checks the family pictures again, and sees that a cousin named Tomoko looks completely different. Haru tells Tomoko to drop the act since he realizes she is a burst linker. Tomoko's sweet facade changes to an angry expression immediately. Haru believes Tomoko must be trying to hack his Neuralink to get to Kuro. This insults the girl, who declares her name to be Scarlet Rain. Rain slips onto a towel, into Haru's hands. Haru accidentally touches her chest, making Rain leave in anger. While still in the bathtub, Haru calls Kuro, asks if she knows someone called Scarlet Rain. Kuro is surprised to hear the name, informing Haru that she is the second Red King. Rain goes back to the bathroom, challenging Haru in a brain burst duel. Rain petted Red Avatar suddenly summons heavy armor, transforming her body into a giant tank-like enemy. Haru tries to find her weak point, but Rain overpowers him with multiple missiles. Haru avoids it by flying away, leaving Rain in the destroyed building she buried herself in. Suddenly, Rain fires a huge energy beam at Haru. He dodges it, putting a large hole in the building behind him. As Rain fires a second barrage of missiles, Haru avoids it, and charges at Rain with a kick, but her bulky armor removes itself, making her a smaller target for his attack. Rain gets Haru cornered, leading him to give up. Rain demands to see Black Lotus in person. The next day, Haru informs Kuro about what happened. With them talking about the current Red King, Kuro remembers her sad experience with the previous Red Queen, Red Rider. Kuro is ashamed to feel sadness since she considers all the kings her enemies. Haru holds her hand, swearing that there will never be a situation where the two of them need to fight. Kuro only smiles, so Haru feels like she knows there will be a situation where they need to fight. Kuro, Haru, and Thaku meet up on the school rooftop. The two tell Thaku about the current situation with Rain. Thaku believes that Rain's original plan, if Haru did not discover her identity, is to fake innocence, and tell Haru that she is a burst linker. She would have claimed to be taken advantage of Biker Legion members due to her age, and would have asked Haru for protection. Kuro thinks it is too ridiculous for it to be Rain's original plan. However, Haru gets carried away by the story, and cries for Rain. Kuro warns Horror not to change legions, or else, she will use Judgment Blow on him. They think that Rain planned to threaten Haru with Judgment Blow, a move by Legion Masters that lets them remove all the players' points in an instant. Kuro agrees to meet Rain, and tells Haru to set up the meeting at his apartment. Kuro and Haru go to the apartment, and find Rain playing retro video games on the TV. Rain and Kuro meet each other with an air of rivalry. It is so tense, that Haru is glad when Thaku comes in. They all give each other their names for insurance. Rain tells him her name is Uni. Thaku asks how Uni found out Haru's identity. Uni checked every junior high school, and waited for every student to exit, so that they would log into the global net. Once connected, she checked if they had a burst-linked name, until she found Haru. She wants to borrow Haru's ability to fly so she can destroy an enemy called the Armor of Catastrophe. Kuro reacts hard to the name, saying that a linker named Chrome Disaster and the armor were already destroyed 2 years ago. Kuro tells Haru to get cable so she can show all of them what she means. Uni fights over who would connect with Haru on a short cable to tease Kuro. Once all are connected by cable, Kuro shows everybody the events of 2 years ago, as if they were all there. As they travel through the memory, Kuro tells the story of the first Chrome Disaster. He was a legendary burst linker from the early days of Accel World. The highest burst linkers of their time banded together to bring him down. Before his execution, he shouted a curse, saying he would always come back again and again. He spoke the truth. Even though he had vanished, his enhanced armament, the Armor of Catastrophe, didn't. He was able to possess a burst linker connected to Trump's execution, and transform him into a brutal animal. Even when the linker was destroyed, the armor just possessed another linker. Kuro brought Haru and the others to the events of the Seven Kings versus the fourth Chrome Disaster. Chrome looks like a raging, mindless animal. It faces the Green King with aggressive attacks, despite about to die from already facing other kings. As Chrome fights the Green King, Lotus delivers a stroke to the monster. Kuro ends the memory tour, but assures the others that the fight continued until it died. Kuro and the other kings confirmed that the armor no longer existed in storage. Despite that, a fifth armor rages on. Yuni confirms that the fifth armor was a man named Cherry Rook from her Red Legion. She is frustrated that she is unable to do anything for her former teammate. The armor is attacking everyone he can see, breaking the non-aggression treaty. Yuni has no choice but to use Judgment Blow. However, she cannot get close enough to do it, so Yuni wants Haru to catch the armor by flying at it. In return, she will tell her legion to leave Kuro's legion for the time being. They plan to find the monster tomorrow, and meet up at Haru's apartment again. Kuro is about to go home, but Yuni decides to stay in the apartment, forcing her to sleep over. The three all shop for dinner together. Yuni and Kuro even bathe together. Yuni is about to tell Haru's chest size, so Kuro punches her. Before going to sleep, the three of them play retro video games, with Kuro and Yuni enjoying beating each other. As they all sleep on the couch, Haru sees that Kuro and Yuni are holding on to each other while sleeping. As Haru looks at the two sleeping, he contemplates that they all need to challenge the king someday. Haru was glad he is spending the morning with two beautiful girls. As Haru and Kuro leave, Haru contemplates the fact that he is walking with Kuro to school. As the elevator goes down, Kuro fixes Haru's tie, making Haru blush. The elevator opens, and she sees Haru and Kuro together. The two girls have a stare down. Once they all arrive at school, Thaku explains to Chi why Kuro needed to stay at Haru's apartment. Chi still doesn't fully understand Brain Burst, and wants to get the program installed. Haru, Kuro, and Thaku meet up again on the school rooftop, and discuss if Chi should be a burst linker. Kuro has no problem with it, but it would be a big gamble to make someone a burst linker if they didn't know someone is suitable. The issue is that the power to be a guardian and make someone a protege can only be used once, regardless of whether it is successful or not. Kuro advises Thaku that if he became Chi's guardian, the relationship might grow stronger, but it will also have drawbacks. Haru realizes how big it was for Kuro to make him his protege. He also wonders who Kuro's guardian is. Haru and Kuro talk in the virtual world about Kuro's guardian. Kuro says she cannot tell Haru yet who her guardian is. However, she reveals that she used to have a close relationship with her guardian, the same way she has with Haru. Kuro has an intense look on her face telling Haru that her guardian is now her biggest enemy. She continues to tell Haru that a guardian and protege relationship is complicated because they know each other in real life. If they fight in the Accel world, there will be real-world implications. However, he states his oath not to fight Kuro no matter what. Kuro tells Haru that no matter what happens, she will never regret picking Haru as her apprentice. Haru goes home, and asks Yuni if she hates Kuro for betraying the previous Red King. Yuni answers that she is grateful to her since she was able to become the Red King thanks to her. While she will never admit it to Kuro's face, Yuni thinks she is amazing for being the only one who dares to aim for level 10. However, Yuni speaks of a theory among the kings that if someone reaches level 10, it will bring about the end of the game. This will lead everyone to automatically uninstall the game. Haru tells her that when a game does not end, eventually people will move on to other things. Haru believes that is not how a gaming experience should end. If Brain Burst has an end, then they should all aim for it. By hearing his speech, Yuni only gets convinced of why the program gave her of his wings. But that's where the video ends. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue the series. And if you enjoyed watching this video, consider liking and subscribing for more like it. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time.